It's time to break the cycle of waste and mess. Time to stop accepting that the way things have been done are the way they should be done. Control-Alt-Delete everything you thought you knew about how to period. We're flipping the script, we're throwing out the book, we're challenging the period status quo. The Diva Cup is eco-friendly, reusable, and offers up to 12 hours leak-free protection. So what are you waiting for? Join the inner revolution with the Diva Cup. The Diva Cup is used for menstrual flow only. Always read and follow the user guide.
This is Hunter from the Murder and Such podcast, and you're listening to the Murderly True Crime Network. Podcasts to die for.
Hey everyone, this is Kevin, aka the Cleveland Strangler at the Brothers Commonplace. Thanks for checking out our podcast, and just a quick disclaimer before we start. We are a comedy podcast that covers many serious events. We aren't here to purposely offend or disrespect any of the people in the topics, but at the same time, we'll be trying to make each other laugh and crack jokes. So thanks again for listening, be good, stay safe, and laugh at the dark stuff.
Alright, fellas, like we practiced.
Yeah. 2, 3, 4. Come on down, hanging with the brothers tonight, yeah. Come on down to the Brothers Commonplace tonight. Alrighty, welcome everyone to the Brothers Commonplace. We are a comedy podcast that covers monsters, murders, mysteries, and more. And today I want to introduce you to 3 of my best buds. If I was stuck in an elevator with 3 guys, I'd want it to be these guys right here. So Let's go ahead and introduce ourselves.
What's up, guys? This is Tim, or 10-second Tim, as they call me down at the nursing home.
Oh, no.
Oh, man. You've been waiting all day for that one.
Oh, no.
Oh, I've been waiting longer than all day.
Shit.
Well, you had this planned out before?
The kid is good.
Oh, yeah.
This is Severus Spence.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude. Yes.
Baby.
I don't have anything that cool. Fucking, you know what? This is Aardvark Andrew.
I like it. Oh,
Man, you must be at the beginning of the phone book.
oh yeah, he is. Yeah, he is.
Fuck you, Spence. Fuck you for making me laugh at that.
Ugh.
And it's me, the kid, the Cleveland Strangler, and today we will be talking about Elisa Lam. But before we jump into that case, you guys got anything you want to talk about real quick?
We just all looked at Andrew. I was just waiting for some more porno magazine jokes.
I do have a big stack under my bed besides my fridge. So.
Oh, okay, all right. And the fridge is also under there?
The fridge. Hey, you guys want something to drink? Yeah, give me a Coke. All right, let me get under the fucking bed to get my fridge.
It's true. It's a portable Cleveland.
We got to talk about the connection between Andrew and Harvey Weinstein.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
Well, I did meet both of them the same way.
Well, we all, like the 4 people walking in the bar and the 3rd guy ducked. That's how we all met.
Oh, my God. This is so dumb. Yeah. All right, we ready to jump into this, guys?
Let's do
We
it.
got more to talk about.
Alrighty. On January 31st, 2013, a Canadian student named Elisa Lam from the University of British Columbia had gone missing while staying at the Hotel Cecil in Los Angeles. On February 19th, her body was recovered from a water tank atop the Cecil Hotel. The last known footage of her being alive is a super creepy video of her alone in an elevator. So what happened to her? How did she die? How did she get into the water tank? And what the hell was going on in that video?
Yeah, it's a crazy video.
And like one of the most intriguing things about this case is that it can be as supernatural and paranormal and crazy as you want it to be, or straightforward. Like there's so many cases made for both of them.
Yeah.
Like you can talk about it like either way, and there's like so many options for what happened.
And I'm sure, just because it would make more sense, it's just a straightforward, they could pretty much explain what happened. But the stuff, it's just all fucking creepy.
Yeah,
like that video is creepy as balls.
It is.
Pretty sure that's, we haven't heard any Mothman sightings in a while, so that's really where he's been chilling, was just fucking with her in the elevator.
You know what?
It was.
Can I
She was
add it?
seeing Mothman.
So the Las Vegas shooter. Like,
God.
you know how we mentioned in the Mothman one that there's been Mothman sightings in Chicago recently, like the last month?
Yeah.
The Las Vegas shooter had plane tickets to Chicago.
Oh, man.
What? Mothman.
You know, maybe he could have been seen in Vegas and it could have stopped him a little quicker. But I mean,
No,
all right.
he was chilling in Chicago.
He's like, I don't want to go there, but I mean, if he comes here, I got your back.
Speaking of the elevator footage, which we'll get into more detail later, we've talked about axe murderers, people that have cut off heads and all this other shit, and researching all that. None of that has like creeped me out or bothered me or anything like that.
Yeah.
For some reason, this video just fucking creeps me out, and it's like, it's just weird. I don't know. Like when I was sitting on the couch after researching it, I kept thinking about her like sneaking up behind me and putting her weird fucking hands all over my face,
God,
and it was
dude.
like creeping me out,
The
dude. Like
hands,
I'd
man.
rather the axe murderer beat my face in than have
Yeah,
her
'cause,
rub
I
her
mean,
hands on
At
my
least
head.
you know you'll survive the fucking axe beating. Everybody else
That's
did.
true. That's true.
So it's been a while since I've seen the video. How does it go again? Like she's in the elevator.
Yeah, so we'll get to the actual section of the elevator video where we'll break it down and talk about all the stuff. But it's the
Okay,
one
cool.
where she's like alone in the elevator just doing some weird shit.
Yeah.
She like smells her armpits a couple times. It's fucked up shit.
No, she doesn't. So how we mentioned that there were some supernatural cases to it. There actually has been a group of ghost hunters and supernatural hunters that have come in to like take a look at the hotel where all
Yeah.
this happened.
Oh yeah.
And in one of the tests that they did, in the background, there's this little Mexican security guard, and he drops this piece of
fuck
toast,
yes,
and it
dude.
actually drops jelly side down.
I bet the devil was fucking there. Fuck yeah.
So that means
dude.
the devil was present
Oh yeah.
there.
Oh yeah. That's proven fact
That's
too.
just
I mean,
from that shitty M. Night Shyamalan
Devil.
movie, Devil.
it dropped jelly side down. Cool, dude. Cool. Oh,
Wait, that's a
man.
thing? Holy
Yeah.
shit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He said that means the devil's around.
Yeah, the security guard, this little Mexican security guard, he drops this piece of toast and said that because it dropped jelly side down, that the devil's presence is near.
Yeah. Like they couldn't have thought of anything more. Just like, I don't know, just more eerie or scary than
Yeah.
that. It just has to be jelly side down.
That's
Just
yet
ask
another
Christy.
reason not to watch that movie.
Yeah. I mean, it really had a great like start, and I don't hate the movie. to be
I
honest.
don't, but
Yeah.
I don't fully hate it, but that part's dumb.
Yeah,
we,
yeah.
we talk about M. Night Shyamalan
I
a
feel-
lot, too.
Yeah. Like with him killing Rob Schneider, and then for some reason I've mentioned Nair in like
yeah,
three
Nair's mentioned a
podcasts.
lot.
So yeah, might as well get that out of the way too.
So alrighty, on to the case. A little bit of background of Elisa Lam in the actual case. Elisa is the daughter of immigrants from Hong Kong, and she was going to school at the University of British Columbia in Vancouver. At the age of 21, she left in January alone for a trip to California to check out some of the sights and cities. And I know it was said that she posted pictures while she was there in like San Diego and stuff on her Tumblr page. So I think that alone is already weird, just like a 21-year-old girl going from Canada to California and just being allowed to go alone
Yeah.
And having a
know.
Tumblr account.
and and having a Tumblr account.
Yeah, that's where she
So
fucked
I think
up.
that's a little weird.
It could almost mean like that, like she wanted it to be like her last hurrah or something.
Yeah, possibly.
Yeah.
And what makes it a lot weirder is that Elisa had been diagnosed with bipolar disorder and depression, and she's been prescribed like 4 to 5 different medications. And her family has tried to keep her history of mental illness a secret and claimed that in the past she had gone missing for an amount of time before as well. So she has
Wow.
disappeared before, and
Yeah.
she's on all this medication. So that's what makes it even
Why'd
crazier.
they let her go alone?
Yeah, I have
Go
no
ahead.
idea.
Yeah, go ahead.
So unless they were like trying to get rid of her. No,
Oh my
that's not
God.
funny. But I mean, like, why would you let that happen?
we figured it out, guys.
So I talked to Toof earlier today, and when I was getting a haircut, and he was like, "Yeah, it sucks I can't be there. I had a really good joke to add in where I call her a retard." I'm like, "Toof,
Cool,
come
cool,
on,
Toof.
man!
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that was it."
That was probably it too. Like he probably had no more than that.
So since we mentioned her Tumblr account, I wasn't able to find many of her social media pages anymore that she used to have up and running. Some people say she used to write a blog and would mention her mental illness on there sometimes. And while she was on her trip, she was posting, asking for people to meet up and hang out. I did see on her Tumblr page, though, the only thing left on there is a quote that says, "You're always haunted by the idea you're wasting your life." And that's like the only thing left on there.
Wait, she put that on there?
Yeah, it was like
That's
on
kinda
there
creepy.
back whenever she was...
You don't happen to have the link to that, do you?
No, I don't.
That's creepy. Like a lot of people don't know this, but like I like randomly she was like my pen pal. So we were friends on Facebook, and after it happened, I was like trying to like get on our Facebook page to check it out, but she had like a song on there, so my computer wouldn't fucking load it. I hated that shit, dude. I hated that shit. Like, if they had anything on their fucking profile, you just couldn't load it. I'm sorry, that was dumb, but I swear I hated MySpace.
So since she was on her Tumblr page and other social media while she was on this trip asking for people to hang out, we're not going to get into theories right now, but there is a theory that's saying that maybe someone had met up with her and then drugged her.
Oh, wow.
And then maybe that would explain her weird elevator video and maybe how she got killed.
She seemed scared. I mean, for sure.
Harvey Weinstein.
Oh, fuck,
Oh,
dude.
my. Well, we can't rule them out.
Yeah, so many suspects.
And while she was staying at the hotel, she was supposed to have been roomed up with a couple other people on the 5th floor, but her roommates complained about her odd behavior, and she was moved to her own room shortly after.
Did they say, like, what was odd?
I wasn't able to find it, so...
What assholes?
I heard... I heard she just... Nah, never mind. I was going to crack a Pogs joke.
Got her old Tumblr pulled up.
I heard the Mothman got really pissed off at her because you know they had MySpace was really big back then. He took her. She took him out of
Yeah,
her
of course,
top
at the
8.
top.
Yeah, but did you
That was a thing, too, wasn't it? It was so funny. It's all right, dude. It'll be funny when Kev has it in
And
later.
there was some sort of talk. I didn't see what, but they mentioned one of her pages was updated after she was found dead.
Okay, we already brought this up, but did you guys see like something about like the Vegas shooting or whatever, where there was supposedly like a Wikipedia page up before it even happened, like for
Like
it?
the Chris Benoit page?
Yeah, dude. Yeah,
No,
I mean,
didn't
I don't know
see
if it was
that.
true. Like I saw them, like that'd be fucking crazy. But yeah, the Benoit one's crazy too.
Yeah. And while traveling, Elisa had been in contact with her parents every day, but on January 31st, she did not contact them, which happens to be the day that she was scheduled to also check out, and that was also the last day that she was seen alive. So every day she's keeping in contact with her parents, except for this day.
Yeah, they heard that was the day she was scheduled to check out, and Andrew actually checked her out.
Oh, yeah.
You're right.
Nice job,
Well,
Andrew.
you're right.
Here's another interesting quote in the archive of her Tumblr. This is from a Virginia Woolf book. Why, she reflected, should there be this perpetual disparity between the thought and the action, between the life of solitude and the life of society, this astonishing precipice on one side of which the soul was active and in broad daylight, on the other side of which it was contemplative and dark as night.
And on January 31st, she was supposedly spotted that day alive and alone by some of the staff. So I believe that's the elevator footage day.
Okay.
And after she disappeared, dogs were brought in to search the building and roof, but not every room was searched just because of like privacy reasons.
Yeah.
And there were no signs of her from the dogs that were found.
They should have got the dogs from the Madeleine McCann case.
Oh yeah. Those dogs fucking find everything.
I know, everything that's not even there sometimes.
Yeah, exactly. Obviously, I know we haven't said where they found her yet, but like, would there have been like scent of her like in the elevator, or if she was like drug up or anything like that, like a trail to her?
That's the thing that I think would be hard to find, because this is a really big hotel.
Yeah.
Is I don't know if they just took the dogs like in the lobby, or I thought I saw reports that they did take them on the roof.
Yeah.
But I'm not 100%
And
certain.
I don't think there was any like blood or anything.
No.
So it probably, like they probably wouldn't
So
have
I
really
think it would be
caught,
really hard to track with all the people going in and out of
especially
here.
like where she is, because like a dog's not gonna smell that.
Yeah, yeah. On February 6th, a week later, the LAPD posted flyers, and this gained lots of media attention. And on February 14th is the day the elevator video was released. And I also heard that if you watch this video, 7 days later you die.
Holy shit! Did you just quote Blank Check?
I mean, I wanted to kill myself after I watched that.
But
That's what you're talking
as
about.
soon as that video came out, it got like huge. Like I remember like the first time it was posted online, it was like on this like Asian website. It was posted on there.
Yeah.
And then just because it was like, all right, she has immigrant parents from Hong Kong, but she's from Canada, but she's in like the United States. So it got media all over the place, especially because the video is so fucking weird.
Yeah, all I took from that was that you were on an Asian website.
Yeah, yeah. So
Not surprised by that at all.
it was just a website that just had like my life story on it.
You got there by Googling yourself.
When I touch the mouse, I just transport into the computer.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Like Tron.
On February 19th, an employee at the Cecil Hotel went up to the roof where 4 1,000-gallon water tanks sit and provide water to the guest rooms. For the last few days before this, guests began to complain that the water pressure was low and also that the water was black and had an unusual taste and smell. Yeah. In one of the tanks, Elisa's body was found floating face up inside. The police and firefighters had to drain and cut open the tank to get her body out. Following an autopsy, it showed that her death was an accidental drowning with bipolar disorder as a significant factor. So before we get any further, why the fuck are people drinking black water if it's coming out of there?
Yeah, I know. I like how it said first it says black, then it said it had a weird taste
and smell.
Yeah, once it's black, you're like, and yeah, you're gonna fucking smell it before you drink it. So you know, I'm still gonna give this a shot. You know,
fuck that.
Like if it came out just any kind of discolored, I'm not fucking drinking that shit, especially black.
And like this hotel, we'll talk a little bit more about the hotel. It's not
bad.
like a piece of shit, but it's not good.
No.
You know, like I don't know why she chose this hotel.
Yeah, I wouldn't know. Like, all the shit that's happened, like even before her, that hotel was known as like a really bad, like fucked up place.
And it just looks weird. Like I saw a video of people going through the hotel. It just looks weird. It just has a strange feeling.
I mean, unless she purposely went there to fucking like they think probably kill herself, then then that would kind of make sense.
So her body was found naked in the tank with her clothes floating around in there as well. I've seen some articles that say her clothes weren't there. Some say it was there. As far as I know, her clothes were in there.
Yeah.
But yeah, so she was naked. There was no sign of physical or sexual trauma. So, Andrew, I guess you're off the hook for this one.
Nice, man. Good job, Andrew.
Still did it. Trust me. Yeah, still did it.
And no drugs or alcohol was found in her system either. Only her prescribed medications, I believe. But I don't know if she was taking all of her medications or not, because that's one of the theories is that she was having...
Like an episode?
Yeah.
Especially with bipolar, like, I don't know, maybe in the elevator she was manic, and then maybe when she went up, like, that's when, like, she, like, actually got to, like, the depressant side. I mean, you never know. That could be it. And
shortly after all of this, there was an outbreak of tuberculosis in the area.
Oh, jeez.
And the name of the test used to identify TB is called Lam Elisa. So
I remember seeing that. Yeah.
That's nuts.
Yeah, I remember seeing that.
I mean, yeah, it's a huge coincidence, but it's still fucking weird and crazy.
Yeah.
Huh.
It's not a coincidence at all.
They got it from drinking all that black water.
I mean, it kind of does add to, like, the supernatural thing. I mean, obviously that was just a coincidence, but it's still creepy.
Yeah, see, that's the thing about this case is all the details and coincidences, you can either take them at, like, face value and straightforward, or there can be, like, weird, strange, like, supernatural things to it that just don't make sense.
Yeah.
I just blame Obama.
I mean, that's
Andrew blames Obama.
It sucks, though, because Andrew just gave away the end of the podcast.
Yeah.
But, I mean, once again, he gives the killer away.
Feeney was the killer.
Feeney. All right, so now we'll talk about the elevator footage.
Yep.
So I'm just going to go through and describe what all happens in it. And I hated this. I hated watching it so many times.
Yeah,
it's just creepy. It's weird. So just describing what is going on doesn't do it justice. You really need to check it out and watch it because it's just creepy. It's weird.
Is. And it's not like we talked before about the pictures from the OJ thing where like, it was like disgusting and everything.
Brutal.
Like, this isn't brutal. Nothing bad happens in it. There's no like nudity or anything like that. So a kid could watch it. It's just creepy as fuck.
Yeah.
So definitely check it out.
So it starts off with her going into the elevator, and she bends over and starts staring at the buttons from like an inch away. And I know in some pictures she has glasses on. In the elevator, she doesn't have glasses on. I don't know how much of an effect that actually makes or anything.
Yeah.
But she hits a bunch of buttons. So she hits like 4 or 5 buttons in a row. And then she just stands around. She walks in and out of the elevator. The doors never close, which is something that people point out and being strange or odd. Maybe it's because she hit a bunch of buttons. I don't know. But it stays open for like almost 4 minutes.
Yeah.
Then she backs against the wall and kind of just waits in the corner like she's hiding. And she keeps peeking her head out of the doorway. Like she's looking at someone and like hiding from someone. And then she keeps like going in and out of the elevator a few times. And then when she's standing outside the elevator, she grabs her head for a second. And then she walks back in kind of acting like she's confused. And like if you walk where you can't really see real well and you have your hands out in front of you, she does that for a second.
Yeah.
And then she continues to hit a bunch of the buttons again on the elevator. And then what she does next is I described it as she morphs into the Babadook. She starts moving her arms and hands like she's swimming through the rivers of fire and hell, and then proceeds to pet an invisible fire dog owned by Satan himself. And that's really what it looks like to me.
Yeah.
And her fucking fingers move like she's like there's a puppeteer with strings connected to all of her fingers and just bending them in weird motions.
It's very like inhuman looking.
And then she does a few more odd movements and walks away, and then the elevator doors close. And I don't know why, I can't explain it. The way the elevator doors close is creepy too.
Yeah, it's like it was like slow and like it just didn't seem like normal. And then like right after that, she cartwheels back in. All right, that's a lie.
She cartwheels back in. There's someone actually in the elevator now. Yeah. She cartwheels back in like Liu Kang and does this fatality to the doorman.
She does. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So in Mortal Kombat 4 or the one for Nintendo 64, there's an ending if you pick like I think it's Jax or Sonya or Jarek.
Yeah.
And Jarek, during one of the endings, he runs and jumps off this ledge, and when he falls down, he yells, and it sounds like he goes, "I'm so gay."
It really does. Check it out.
100%,
YouTube it. It's
like
great.
He says, "I'm so gay." So just YouTube Mortal Kombat, I'm so gay.
Don't even look up Elisa Lam. I'm taking that back. Look that video up. We're changing the podcast to that.
All right, so that is the elevator footage. And at the end of this podcast, I know we're kind of going through all this stuff. We're going to go over all the questions about the stuff. So we'll start discussing everything. I just wanted to throw all the information out there.
And then afterwards, we're going to play Monopoly.
Afterwards, we're going to play Monopoly.
Around, so,
we're going to play Monopoly and Risk combined.
Yeah, so we'll probably be here for about like 6 days. Get some energy drinks.
That's just to learn the rules.
So even though we're not to the theories yet, I was going to mention the elevator game. I don't know if you guys have heard about that, but it's one of the theories people say. She was playing the elevator game, which is like an old, like Chinese or Japanese. I really don't know. It's like an old Asian urban legend.
Which is why you've only heard of it.
And well, so I've heard of it, but from the Tannis podcast. I don't know if anyone listens to that, but that's where I heard of it from.
Nice.
But what the elevator game is, and this is copied just straight from the Wikipedia page. I'm going to throw that out there. Because, I mean, it's a game setup, so it's not like I'm going to try to reword it my own way.
Exactly. I don't paraphrase it.
So the principle of the game, players should locate an elevator in a building with 10 floors or more, ride it alone, and visit different floors in a specific order with special instructions not to trust other passengers if they join the elevator. So the floors to visit. A player must stay in the elevator for the entirety of this time and press the button for the first floor, then the fourth floor, then the second floor, then the sixth, then the second, then the 10th floor, then the 5th floor. By this time, a woman will enter. The game states to not look at the woman, claiming her identity as a supernatural being. After that, press the button for the first floor. After you do that, you will enter an alternative world. There's only one person in this alternative world, you. The building is identical except that the lights are out, and the only thing you'll see outside is a red cross. And to travel back, make sure to go back in the same elevator. However, this may be difficult as you may be confused or the elevator goes farther away the closer you get. The steps must be done in the same sequence up to the 5th floor. Then, the final button will return the player to the 10th floor. But you must press any other button in between to go to the 1st floor. The game rules ask the player to check for small things to be sure they are back in the real world and offer steps to do if the player considers this not the case. The 5th floor ghost girl. At the 5th floor, a girl could appear in person or disguise, luring the player. The game rules states the girl must not be talked to. Some versions state that the girl must not even be looked at or touched because the girl is not human. She is a ghost. So that's just like an old Asian urban legend where you use that elevator and you can go to like another dimension or another world. And I guess that's one of the theories, like one of the supernatural theories, that she was playing that.
I think that game's just proof to not ever mix bath salts and acid because I'm guessing somebody did that to play that game.
Well, I mean, in all fairness, though, that other world is where I'm having my birthday party.
Shit, man. We're going to be late.
Yeah. you
gave us hit 5.
Fuck. I'm going to look at the lady. I know I will.
Like, oh, shit, the girl just entered in. Never mind. It was Andrew.
Oh, my God. We know Andrew's going to try to bang the lady, man.
Oh, fuck yeah. We're going to cheer him on.
Yeah. Spence, we're not going to make it.
After this, Elisa Lam became the ghost girl.
Oh.
See, I actually was gonna say that because that'd be creepy as fuck.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't really make any sense, but it's still a creepy thought.
All right, so now a little bit about the hotel. I think one of my biggest questions is, like, why did she choose this hotel?
Yeah,
like, I just don't get why she chose that.
Yeah, I really think that had to like have something to do with like if she was planning on killing herself.
Yeah.
Because if not, then she just made a bad mistake.
So the name of the hotel is the Hotel Cecil. It later changed its name to Stay on Main Hotel, which, yes, I'm imagining they probably change their name like once a year after someone fucking kills himself here or does something.
Just to try to like disguise the fact that all that bad shit's happened there.
It has a reputation for murder and suicide. There are many cases of people coming here just to commit suicide, usually by jumping out of a high window. And one lady jumped out a window to kill herself and landed on a man, killing them both. And there's just a ton of different cases where people.
That would suck.
I'm not gonna
That
lie.
would.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. When I was researching Elisa Lam, I ended up just finding out more about the hotel.
Yeah, there's a lot of
it was
fucking
so
weird shit.
fucking interesting.
And it is also said that Elizabeth Short, the victim of the Black Dahlia murder case, was staying here right before her death also. Some say it was her last stop, but I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? That was in the 40s, right?
It's a long-ass time ago.
Yeah.
And also 2 serial killers have lived here at one point.
Yep.
Richard Ramirez, the Night Stalker, and then also Jack, I forget how to say his last name.
Mehoff. I'm sorry.
Mehoff.
I'm sorry,
Jack.
guys. I'm sorry.
Jack Unterweger? I have no idea how to pronounce it. I really forget. So both of them have stayed there and lived there as well. So there's some theories about them having something to do with this.
Yeah, I'm sure they probably had, like, victims there. I mean, that could have happened if they were living there. Especially the Night Stalker. He killed a lot of fucking people.
Oh, yeah. So there's just a giant list of murders and suicides, unexplained deaths, and all this other crazy shit that's happened here.
Yeah.
So, all right, I figure we'll get into, like, some of the questions now. What was happening in the elevator? What do you guys think was actually happening in there?
Being completely serious and not trying to make a joke about it, I think that it had to have something to do with her, like, bipolar.
Yeah.
I think she was either manic or maybe because they said they didn't find any drugs. So
Yeah.
I think in the elevator, I think she was manic, and I think the depressive part is why she ended up killing herself. I mean, that's basically the only way you can explain it.
All right.
And then I can't explain the cartwheel because, you know.
I don't know. Like, I think it does have something to do with that. And it looks like she's at first maybe joking with someone
Yeah,
outside, or
and
maybe talking to someone right outside.
And then she gets scared.
Maybe someone out there is like holding the button. Maybe that's why it doesn't close. I mean, I have no idea.
Yeah.
For some reason, this is the only fucking camera in this whole hotel. I guess.
Yeah. Why didn't they have one in the hallway?
I have
like,
no
that
idea.
Would, that would like
Just in
imagine
the elevator?
that. Imagine seeing that. Because even if you could just see that and see what she was doing, even if she was still alone, that'd be fucking creepy as balls. But like, it may give you some more insight on what happened.
Yeah, I have no idea why she hits all the buttons. Why she hits all the buttons immediately, and that's when she kind of is acting normal at first. Like, she bends over to look at the buttons, hits them all.
Yeah.
And then halfway through her doing all that weird shit, she comes back in and hits them all again.
Yeah.
So I don't know if she's just trying to get it to work.
I don't know.
But the doors stay open for
Yeah.
almost 4 minutes
I mean,
or so.
she's not stupid, and like, you know that elevators don't work by you pressing all the buttons. That's never been a thing. I feel like everybody knows that.
You'd be surprised.
I mean, yeah, but this girl was going to college. They probably had elevators at the college. Like, you would think they would.
What about you, Andrew? You got any opinions on what you think was going on?
I don't know. She just got spooked by herself or something spooked her.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
I can't explain. Like, I don't know anything about the mental breakdown she might have been having. I don't know anything about that. But what the hand things, I don't fucking understand that at all.
I mean, it's crazy just what even just panic can do to you. It's
Yeah.
like, and maybe she saw something. I don't know, but it seemed like at first she was joking, and then she got scared.
Yeah, like, it looked like maybe it's like she was kind of playful a little bit at the beginning.
Yeah, like I think like it almost looked like she was like giggling or something.
Yeah, yeah. Like, some say maybe there was like a little kid out there, and she was kind of like playing like hide and seek, peekaboo,
Yeah.
or so with the kid, and then maybe like halfway through the hotel got attacked by like a fucking dragon, and she had to go fucking warlock or something. I have no idea what the hell she does the second half of that video.
Yeah.
It's scary as fuck.
Yeah. Summoning demons to help her take care of that dragon.
All right, next question. Do you think she was killed, or do you think she committed suicide? Or if she did commit suicide, do you think it was like accidental or on purpose?
I don't know, man. That's a tough one.
Yeah.
Because it seems like she killed herself, but wasn't the lid closed on that?
Well, we'll talk about more about the water tank coming up.
It could go either way in that. It seems like because there wasn't any evidence that she was killed.
No, I mean it was ruled in the autopsy accidental drowning.
Yeah,
with like bipolar something mixed in.
I mean, I guess I'll go with that.
Some people think she started acting weird, like maybe she was drugged. Maybe she was drugged, started acting all fucked up, and then accidentally climbed into the water tank.
Could have.
When she was found in the water tank, she was naked, but she had her clothes off.
Yeah.
So maybe she would if she was trying to kill herself, I don't know why she would do that. Usually if you take your clothes off, you're in water because you can't swim with clothes on in water. You're going to be sinking because of that.
Yeah.
Well, she had recently possessed the ability to become the Invisible Woman, so she went in there because she's tired of having to take baths in public. So she just went in there, was trying to take a bath, and she forgot that water was her weakness, so she got stuck in there and then crop dusted herself to death.
Oh, come on!
All right.
You son of a bitch!
Damn, dude. I actually looked over here. Andrew just read that out of a book. So I mean,
which he simultaneously was writing.
So I don't think she was killed. I don't think she purposely committed suicide either, because I think it's just a weird way to go out. And if the clothes were in there, I think that would explain her trying to get out, taking off all her clothes.
Yeah.
But I don't know if they were in there for sure or not.
I heard
and her body didn't have any. They said she didn't have trauma or bruising. So if she was killed and stuffed in there, you'd
see something,
you'd think she would have some defensive wounds or some marks.
I heard when she was in there, because there's a speaker in there, so you could still hear when somebody said something over the speaker. I guess there was a party going on downstairs, and while she was in there, she heard them yell "clothes off, pose off." So,
oh my god. So next question: how did she get on the roof? So, the roof. In order to get up there, I don't know if you guys have looked at pictures of it.
I have, yeah.
It's locked.
Mm-hmm.
Only staff can enter, and I think it might be a key code, maybe.
Yeah.
I think I've seen it mentions key code, but if it was a key code, I think they would have logs of who was up there last or not.
I think, yeah.
And also, there's an alarm, so if you go up there, they would set off an alarm. So maybe staff left it open, or it just wasn't locked, or maybe the alarm wasn't set, or I don't know. I guess they also said you could climb up a fire escape off the side of the building. I don't know how easy or hard that would be.
Yeah.
So that's another question: is how the hell she got up there?
That seems the most logical as the last one with the fire escape. Maybe you can get out a window and then climb from there. I mean, if she was really determined. But then that kind of takes away from the suicide though, because why do all that extra work? Why didn't you fucking jump off the out the window?
Yeah.
So I don't know. Once again, I don't know, but I guess the fire escape is the most logical.
It makes me think of that first scene in Kick-Ass. Isn't that the one? It starts off with that superhero guy who thinks he's a bird.
Oh yeah.
He
Top
of the building.
Yeah. Maybe that's what maybe we figured it out.
I just don't know why she was getting on the roof. I don't know why she wanted to go up there.
I don't know. So much questions, and what sucks is I don't know if they'll ever be able to answer that.
No,
really.
yeah. I forgot to mention this earlier anywhere, but supposedly on the last day that she was seen alive, she was seen at a bookstore, and the owner of the bookstore said she was super friendly and outgoing. She was buying gifts and just seemed like she was real happy. So that was supposedly the last sighting of her.
Wow.
So I don't think you would do all that if you're planning on committing suicide.
Yeah, a lot of people will buy gifts and stuff for family if they're killing themselves, almost like a parting gift, but she didn't give it to him. She didn't give it to him.
I think she was buying books too.
Yeah. So it wasn't anything for her family. Apologizing hey, I killed myself, but here's this stuff. It was really something for her.
Yeah.
Why buy a book? That's gonna fucking take you a while to read that. You're not gonna kill yourself. You just wasted a bunch of money.
The next question, the big question, is how does she get into the water tank? So I've seen a lot of pictures, and I don't think it would be too hard, honestly, to get in. It is 8 feet up. But there is a nearby ladder to on top of the doorway up top, so you could jump from there to the water tanks.
Yeah.
And the lids were said to be heavy, but in some of the pictures I've looked at, they don't really look like they would be that heavy to lift.
Yeah.
I mean, I have no idea, but they don't look like they'd be too heavy.
I've seen conflicting things on how heavy they are. Yeah.
And supposedly they said someone was up on the roof, an employee was up on the roof shortly after, and the lid was open, and he just closed it without
so maybe
looking in.
Gotcha.
Which even if you looked in, you would. I don't think you'd be able to tell unless you had like a light or something.
Dude, imagine if like she had been in there like not dead, and like, she was just in there fucking around, you know, and like he shut her in because maybe she couldn't move it back out. Maybe that explains it. Maybe that's why she took her clothes off and stuff like that, thinking like that. I don't know how that would help her get out, but you know, I mean, when you're in that kind of state, you might do anything to try to get out. So that actually is kind of creepy thinking.
Yeah,
man.
Yeah. So supposedly the lid was closed when they found her, and they said she had no bruising, like we mentioned earlier, or anything like that. So I don't think someone killed her or forced her into that. I think she went in on her own.
Yeah.
I can't figure out why. I don't get it.
I think maybe she was just like randomly just doing weird exploring things, and then he shut the lid on her. That actually kind of makes sense to me.
Yeah.
But
like how she posted on like a Tumblr page, like asked for people to hang out. Like you're saying she was hanging out with someone, and is that what you mean?
No, like I mean like randomly, like she just did it. Like she.
Just went in there and then like an employee later on or something.
Like somehow she got up there trying to like have a little fun by herself. I don't know. She seems like she could have been weird. I mean, she was doing cartwheels in the elevator, so. But so maybe she just went in there to do that, and he shut the lid on her. That kind of makes sense. What do you think, Andrew? I mean, Andrew, you did it, so I mean, you can just tell us what happened.
That was the bookstore dude. Yeah, that's right.
The bookstore.
All right. We take the mask off. He's like, I got away with it. Wasn't you for you meddling kids?
Fucking damn dog.
That was all I had for this one. It was a short one. Is there any questions or any other things you wanted to bring up or talk about for this?
Just the hotel thing. Like, I don't understand why you would pick that hotel.
Yeah, I know.
That's like picking an Uber driver and like picking like the most like rapist, like murderer looking dude.
He looks good.
Instead of just picking just like, oh, that guy looks normal, but no, let me go with this Ted Bundy looking dude, like that's probably gonna kill me.
Ted Bundy was handsome.
Yeah,
though.
but no, like he actually looks like Ted Bundy. Is what I mean.
Ted Bundy after he beat up the girls with that fucking tree branch.
Oh fuck, man! I don't know. This one's kind of hard to come up with stuff because there's so many questions.
Yeah, there are.
I wish Andrew would just tell us what happened, man.
When we were hanging out, she did tell me that she didn't have a lot of money.
Yeah.
So that's why she picked that shitty motel.
Okay.
She just wanted to spend like $6 a night because they fucking suck.
I was like, that could be legit. Why? Like she didn't have any money. Yeah. I mean, Andrew could have figured it out just now. It got fucking dark outside.
That was her last day. Like she was scheduled to leave that day too. So.
Or she just pissed off the maitre d' or whatever the fuck the dude that runs the place downstairs.
I heard
just
she
pisses him off.
She kept telling everyone the ending to The Sixth Sense, and it just pissed everyone off. So spoiler alert. Yeah. But at the end, you find out all along that Bruce Willis was gay. And I'll never forget because as soon as we all saw it in theater, all four of us, and as soon as at the end you find out he's gay, we all just whipped out our fucking wieners and just stroked it so good.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same as like, because dude, this was just like a huge, just like shocker. But when we found out that Ray was gay at the end of Scary Movie.
He ain't gay. He just wanted to go shopping.
Right. First of all, you suck my dick.
You just took me to that club.
They play good music. All right, is there anything you guys want to add in before we shut her down?
Do it again. Do it again.
Like, there's a lot. We just talked about like the most non-paranormal theories. Yeah. Like there are a lot of other like Aleister Crowley relations. Some about like the Night Stalker and certain ghosts and spirits were haunting her, or like the negative energy was drawing her in.
There's just one random one where Steve Martin did it. I don't
Chupacabra got in.
Yeah.
No.
The Chupacabra and fucking Steve Martin.
I mean, they're one and the same.
I'm just gonna say I'm really proud that we didn't crack a Lisa Lampanelli joke.
Oh shit, we didn't.
Yeah, I'm proud of that. Yeah, so we got all the way through the podcast without it. She's a shitty comedian, but I mean, Lisa Lampanelli kind of, makes sense.
All right. Thanks for listening, everybody. This has been another episode of The Brothers Commonplace. Please subscribe to our podcast wherever you find it, especially iTunes or, I don't know, there's this really cool app called Castbox that I like. We're on there too. And leave us a review. Give us some stars. Write a little blurb about us. And please share the podcast with at least a few friends because we want to spread this virus to the whole world.
Nice. We also like snack packs if you want to send us some snack packs.
Yeah.
Yeah, we said stars. So, Brian, don't come in. Don't just quit trying to come over, dude. We said stars. Justin Guarini, your Dr. Pepper commercial wasn't like too bad, so
Yeah.
come on over, dude. We'll hang out with you. And Brian Dunkelman, you fucking stay home.
Gotta fend off the Dunkelmans.
That's right, man.
We're on Facebook. We're on Twitter. You can find it pretty simply. TBroC.
Yeah, our Twitter handle is Bros Commonplace.
Okay. Bros
I like
Commonplace.
that. I do like that. Andrew, you look like you got something to say, man. You look like you keeping something in right now. So
You can
joking.
find us, usually when you're waiting for your porn to load, when the little advertisements come up, that's where you can find us mainly.
Dude, if we got that, that'd be awesome.
That'd be sweet as fuck, dude.
So many
Hell
more
yeah, it
people would
would.
listen to us.
You're trying to watch porn and just like audio of things that Toof says during the podcast pops up.
But then it's just Toof listening to him because he's fucking watching porn all the time.
Dude, one time Toof found this super funny porno where there's like these 4 guys banging this one chick, but they
Yeah.
keep doing funny things, like they keep like knuckle bumping each other and it makes
Yes.
sound effects. So
Yes.
he sent me the link
Uh,
and we both put on like headsets and we would talk to each other and like commentate it.
Oh, fuck.
He'd be like, dude,
yeah,
look at, he's like, dude, look at 346. Look at the guy on the left's face. And we go to it and we just cheese out.
fuck yeah.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Nice.
So, all right, special thanks to everyone that's been checking us out, leaving us ratings and reviews. Keep that up. And if everyone listening could share this podcast with just 1 or 2 friends, that would be super awesome.
It would.
And I think that's about it. Next week, we're going to have our special Halloween episode, so look forward to that.
It's going to be all about Forrest Gump and Teddy Tree Bear.
Yeah.
Yep.
And for some reason, Frito-Lay.
Frito-Lay.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. It's going to be pretty good.
So, alrighty, thanks, everyone. Be good. Stay safe.
And laugh at the dark stuff.
Cool, that's a good short
Dude,
one.
where the fuck did the song go? Like, why didn't you play the song at the end? The song always comes on.
Hi, it's Jamie, Progressive #1, #2 employee. Leave a message at the... Hey, Jamie, it's me, Jamie. This is your daily pep talk. I know it's been rough going ever since people found out about your a cappella group, Mad Harmony, but you will bounce back. I mean, you're the guy always helping people find coverage options with the Name Your Price tool. It should be you giving me the pep talk. Now get out there, hit that high note, and take Mad Harmony all the way to nationals this year! Sorry, it's pitchy.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Hi, it's Jamie, Progressive #1, #2 employee. Leave a message at the... Hey, Jamie, it's me, Jamie. This is your daily pep talk. I know it's been rough going ever since people found out about your a cappella group, Mad Harmony, but you will bounce back. I mean, you're the guy always helping people find coverage options with the Name Your Price tool. It should be you giving me the pep talk. Now get out there, hit that high note, and take Mad Harmony all the way to nationals this year! Sorry, it's pitchy.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.